today's Which House Should I Buy segment, we're searching for a home for Oscar and Helen and their 3 young children. So they've narrowed their house down to 2 possibilities, and they are in the Sunset Grove development in Surrey, BC, which is a suburb of Vancouver. Option 1 is the Olive. It's 1,604 square feet, 3 bedrooms with a double attached garage.
Option 2 is the Willow, a 1,620 square foot, 3-bedroom townhouse. It also has a double garage. So let's have a look at the plans and analyze them. Not a great walk score, but Oscar actually works very close.
Yeah.
There's family ties, so I think it should get the location points.
Yeah, for them, they wanted to be in this community, so I think that's important.
Environmental performance, there really isn't anything to talk about. Siting, before we get to actually the siting, I do want to compliment the developer. I think this is one of the most complete site plans that we've seen. It clearly describes what's going on.
Right.
So the 2 units that we're looking at are located in this building, and they're located there. So the Olive is here and the Willow is over on this side.
Right.
The Olive is looking out onto this open play area, and the Willow is looking out into this green space.
Right.
What I did is I
pulled the Google map.
Pulled the Google map. It's still under construction, but you can see what's going on.
You do get a good sense of
everything. And you get to see that is really a kind of lawn, more than it is a park. This is actually, big green space.
Right.
Zoom out a little bit, and we see it's actually a green space in the middle of a large development, and the question remains whether that's actually going to remain a green space or not. I'm a little curious because that road, as we look back there, looks like it might just
continue through.
Be continuing.
Yeah. I have to say that I think the siting is actually not bad. I think that the fact that both units are not backing onto other units, I think there is a bit of a buffer. So I think with townhomes, particularly in Vancouver, they're very close together.
Right.
So I think these ones are actually pretty good.
So we're going to give them both.
I think so.
All right, so now let's switch and just look at the units themselves. So we'll look at the Olive first of all. Organization?
I think the organization is good. I think, having the living, dining, kitchen space on one floor and then having the bedrooms on the second floor makes sense.
Not a lot of wasted space.
No, and the circulation looks pretty clear. I think it's pretty good. So I say the organization is good.
I would say as well. I think that the entry is a problem. I think the entry is a problem at the back because you walk right into this thing, which is apparently some sort of living space. Yeah, we see that all the time. You walk into the sort of basement family room. I know. And then at the front, there's no front closet. You're basically coming into a hallway.
I agree.
So the only other problem that I think that I would say this unit has as we're moving down is the dining area.
Yeah, and I think the problem is the proportion of the great room is great for the living room furniture because they've got the focal point, which is the fireplace here, so you can easily understand how you would organize your furniture around that, but it doesn't actually leave that much room for a dining space.
No.
And so it's
there's
a little
also
deceptive.
Wasted space
yeah,
there
and then
too,
this is all wasted. So I think the dining is kind of, you're left to fend for yourself in this plan.
Yeah.
So I think that is a bit of a problem. The other issue I think we've got is the laundry, and I think that the problem with the laundry being on the stair landing, again with the bifold door, we've seen that a couple times in townhomes. The bifolds are terrible because they take up space, they don't allow full access to the machines, and then you're doing laundry on the landing, and it's just not very good.
No.
So I would say that is the biggest issue there.
And then there's also parking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a double wide parking space.
Yeah, I flagged this though. I'm worried about that structural column. I mean, anytime you have a structural column in the middle of a double garage, that makes me nervous because you're going to hit it. I mean, trust me. I mean, I've got one in the middle of my garage and I've hit it like 3 times. So I would say to the parking. I think that's a problem.
All right. I'm not so sure, but I'll go along with you for that. So that means that the Olive gets a score of 13 out of 20, so just right on the minimum design quality threshold.
Right. So let's look at the Willow.
So the Willow organization.
I think it's okay.
I think
the
also
same.
Is good, right?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think that the problems with the Willow are the bedrooms. I think that again, it's too narrow on the second floor to fit 2 bedrooms in, and we've got this sort of jiggy-jaggy wall. We've got sort of an awkward entry into both of them, closets that bump up. The master bedroom is okay.
But it's got a lot of extra space there, right?
And I say okay, but it's not great. None of the bedrooms are great, and it has to do with the design of the exterior of the building, so I think that's an issue.
Exactly, and I think the entry in this is bad. So
the entry is a hallway again with the door that's going to hit you.
And the parking, tandem parking?
Well, I have an issue with this. I really do, because I think that the problem with the parking is, again, you're going to have one car here. It's fine. It's a little snug. Your other car is supposed to fit here, but you've got these doors, again, that are swinging in from the mechanical space, and they're going to hit your car, and then you're going to have all your storage here, so you're going to have to go around the cars to get into the storage. It's not very efficient, in my opinion.
All right. Okay, so that means that it gets a 14 out of 20. It's about 20 square feet bigger. Which one do you choose, the olive or the willow?
I'm going to choose the willow. I'm going to go with the slow home test score results, and I'm going to say that I choose that one. I think one of the reasons, too, that we didn't talk about is the fact that the patio in the willow is actually more related to the living space. It's not off the kitchen. So I think the living dining space is better than the great room space in the other room.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you, and I'm going to call it the olive as my choice.
Really? How come?
It's the bedrooms. For
really?
Me, yeah, first of all, you've got twins, and you're going to have to put them into one bedroom. The son's going to have to go into the other one. To me, it just makes sense that the bedrooms would dominate over the other pieces. Otherwise, it's very, very, very similar between the two.
Interesting logic. I'd like to hear what the Slow Home viewers think. So which unit would you choose and why? Tell us your comments, and we'd like to hear from you.
See you tomorrow.